This is my 500 kilometer review of my Trek Checkpoint Gen3 ALR4 bike. The Trek Checkpoint Gen3 ALR4 is an alloy gravel bike with a full carbon fork. So let's talk about the pros of this bike. First of all, the geometry is of the endurance geometry type at Trek, which is a very comfortable and relaxed geometry. Tire clearance is stated to be 50 millimeter, but I got a big surprise because when I installed my Race King 2.2 tires on it, I actually noticed that there's more space at the seat stay bridge than on the Gen3 SL5 version that I have. So that means that I didn't even have to cut all the little hairs off the tire to actually go ride. And if you tried the Race King 2.2 protections, you know which little hair I'm talking about. Most of the people shave them or cut them because they're gonna rub on the frame and they're gonna leave some marks. Well, I did not even have to do that. I can actually fit a finger between the tire and that bridge at the seat stays. The Shimano CUES components are very good. We're talking about 11-speed drivetrain with a 42 chainring and 1150 cassette at the back. So the climbing ability of this bike is very good. The shifting of the Shimano CUES is actually very decent. It's not the fastest shifting out there because it has to wait for a specific spot in the cassette to actually bring the chain down or up, but the shifting is smooth even under power. Speaking of being under power, this cassette is said to last 3 times longer than a regular Hyperglide cassette from Shimano because of the teeth design, also because of the Link Glide technology, and the Link Glide should actually give you even more smoother shifting. The Shimano CUES cassette is said to have a 3 times longer lifespan. That's very important. That way you won't have to change your cassette as often. So that means that the maintenance of the bike is gonna cost less. The hydraulic brakes on this bike are awesome. You can actually do one finger braking when you're in the hoods and actually have decent power. And if you need more, just activate your bottom fingers and then you're gonna get plenty of power. These brakes are actually confidence inspiring. The handlebar design and the handlebar tape are decent. This tape is not cork, so it'll last a while and it is actually comfortable. This bike has a plethora of mounting points, which is awesome because that way when you go bikepacking or if you go on shorter rides and you just want to use a top tube bag and a frame bag, well, you can do that without any problems. The alloy frame is stiff enough to give you a good power transfer and it is comfortable enough also to go on big rides. This is very personal, but I love this color. The only issue that I have with the paint on this bike is that the grease from the headset or even the oil from the chain really splatters easily on this frame and it doesn't come off easily. It actually just like wipes down and just leaves streaks all over the place. I don't know if there's something wrong with this paint. Let's look at the cons on this Trek Checkpoint Gen3 ALR4. First thing we have to talk about is the weight of the bike. It's an alloy frame with a full carbon fork, but still it weighs 22.5 pounds. But I have to say that I think the cassette is a good chunk of that weight. Those CUES cassette are made from one big block of steel and they weigh a ton. I wish Trek would have went like Specialized and actually put an in-frame storage on the alloy bikes. I love in-frame storage because that way I can throw in my emergency kit or my flat repair kit and forget about it. It's in the bike. If I ever need it, it's always there. I can't forget it at home. There's 2 components that I find are very lackluster on this bike. First are the tires. These tires suck the energy out of you because they're rated super high with energy consumption by their rolling resistance. And the second thing is that these wheels are not wide enough and they're also flexy. So when you get up to put the power down, you can feel the flex in the front wheel. So that's why I changed these wheels very quickly. Now I've done a lot of changes to this bike. I've installed a split seat post because it doesn't have the ISO speed and this way the ride is a lot more comfortable and I've done some good rides already and I'm super comfy on this bike. Also, I changed the tires and the wheels because like I stated, the tires really suck on this bike and the wheels are flexy and they're not wide enough to accommodate wide gravel tires. I also changed the saddle because the Specialized Roman Evo Pro is a saddle that fits me very well. I am also changing the handlebar. I want a super big flared gravel wide bar, just like on the Trek Checkout. So it's going to be 410 or 420 millimeters at the top, and I think it's 540 at the bottom, so very, very flared. That way I'm going to have more control when I'm in the drops. The drop is going to be super shallow at 80 millimeters, and the reach is still 65 millimeter because the original bar has a reach of 68 millimeter, so the fit on the bike is going to pretty much stay the same. You have to know that my previous gravel bike was a Trek Checkpoint Gen3 SL5, so a carbon variant of it, and it weighed 17 and a half, 17 and 3/4 pounds, depending if I weighed it in the morning or in the afternoon, but it was built to be super light, and it was a very fast bike that I loved. The reason why I switched the bike is just because I want to go bikepacking around the world, so I wanted a bike that cost less to recuperate some money out of it to actually pay for my trip to go travel. I'm very happy with this Trek Checkpoint Gen3 ALR4 bike with the changes that I've done. Now, you could ride it stock and still love it, but once you start doing some tinkering with it, you're gonna find that the potential of this bike really grows and it starts to really shine. I like the package of the bike. It offers good drivetrain, amazing brakes, comfortable geometry, good tire clearance, a good build on the bike, just that the tires and the wheel need to be changed, but all that is offered at a reasonable cost. That's the opinion that I have of this bike. After my first 500 kilometers, I will go ride this bike because I love this bike. I'm super comfortable and I just love putting some miles on it and enjoying the scenery and the outdoors. Although winter is coming, so that means fat bike season, I'm still going to be doing some gravel oriented videos. We're going to be talking about components and stuff like that. So I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.